Welcome to this month's newsletter overview, a podcast that brings you stories of transformation and prayer from around the world through the work of Every Home for Christ. Hello, and welcome to our October 2024 update. Every Home for Christ, EHC, has been making strides in its mission, especially through its prayer initiatives. Since launching its first Zoom prayer meeting in August and following up with another in September, the organisation has been focused on cultivating a culture of prayer. Reflecting on 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, Greg Bondar, Managing Director for Australia and New Zealand, shares his journey of understanding what it means to pray without ceasing, not necessarily through constant physical prayer, but through a continuous connection with God in everything we do. EHC follows Dick Eastman's approach from the hour that changes the world, challenging Christians to dedicate an hour a day to prayer through a practical 12-step guide. EHC also invites people to participate in its monthly prayer meeting on October 28, 2024, featuring a special guest, as well as the Australian National Prayer Breakfast on November 4th, which promises to be another opportunity to gather in prayer and fellowship. Beyond prayer, Greg has always had a personal dream to follow in the footsteps of the Apostle Paul. In response to interest from others, EHC is offering a special educational, spiritual tour tracing Paul's missionary journey through Greece and Turkey. This is an opportunity to walk through the historical sites where Paul spread Christianity, including his transformative experience on the road to Damascus. Every Home for Christ continues its mission to bring Christ's message to all generations, and this tour is a way to spiritually engage with that mission. Shifting focus to broader societal issues, Greg talks about the significant drop in Christian affiliation in Australia. In 1971, 86.2% of Australians identified as Christian. By 2021, that number had fallen to just 43.9%. This decline is most apparent among younger generations, with only 39% of Generation Z identifying as Christian, a slight drop from 30% among millennials. While these statistics may paint a concerning picture, they also present an opportunity. The decline could open doors for Christians to evangelize and bring younger generations back to faith. In line with this, Every Home for Christ is focusing efforts on engaging Australia's youth, particularly Generation Z, to rekindle their spiritual lives. EHC aims to reach these young people with the gospel, filling the void left by the lack of a religious foundation in modern society. As part of EHC's outreach, Children's Week is being celebrated in Australia with a focus on children's rights, particularly the right to a clean and safe environment. The 2024 theme emphasises the importance of health and safety, especially in underprivileged areas, and EHC's global concern is supporting a key project in Bangladesh that provides both education and healthcare to children in need. This initiative highlights the need for children to have access to clean water, nutritious food, and healthcare, all of which are critical for their growth and development. In addition to these efforts, Tony Berrigan's inspiring journey to Samoa with his friend Ross Nichol reflects the power of faith and friendship. Tony and Ross, who have been friends since 1980, embarked on a mission trip together after years of discussing it. Despite Tony's initial role as an assistant, the trip proved to be a life-changing experience as Tony stepped into a greater role, delivering sermons and sharing the gospel with people in Samoa. Their work in the country led to numerous salvations, demonstrating the power of simple, clear messaging in sharing the gospel. Tony's experience highlights the importance of having a straightforward approach to evangelism, using simple but powerful strategies to help others understand the core message of Christianity. Through his time in Samoa, Tony learned that clarity and simplicity are key in leading people to Christ, and he now uses this approach to share the gospel with others wherever he goes. Looking to the future, Every Home for Christ is also focusing on raising awareness about the importance of charitable giving, particularly in light of the $5.4 trillion in inheritance wealth that Australians are set to pass down. Greg encourages Australians to consider leaving a bequest to EHC in their wills, enabling the ministry to continue its work in spreading the gospel long after individuals have passed away. In the coming months, Greg will be travelling across Australia to speak at churches and events, sharing the vision of EHC and encouraging others to be part of the global mission to bring Christ to every home, everywhere, and every generation. Finally, the organisation continues its dedication to prayer, with a monthly focus on prayer points for various global regions, including Myanmar, Mozambique, and the Middle East. They encourage supporters to join in these prayer efforts, highlighting the ongoing need for spiritual support in these regions. Thanks for listening to this month's episode. To support EHC, you can make a donation at everyhome.org.au/donate.